My name is Ruth Crilly and I'm an online content creator. Somehow seem to have fallen into being a serial house renovator as well. So when we first bought the house, we knew from having done previous mid-century properties pretty much exactly what we wanted to do to it. And so lots of it was it had wood throughout already, which was lovely, but it wasn't your typical sort of finish or shade of wood that you would have in a mid-century property. So that was all sort of stripped back and stained. And it was all about just bringing in more light, framing the views, and just having, you know, that sense of cohesion with the materials and the textures that we were using. And it was, I think that's why we knew that it was the right house, because it wasn't even like we had to discuss things really. It's just everything was just really natural and it just fit. So yeah, in terms of the atmosphere, we just wanted it to have that really cool 70s vibe it's just very welcoming. That's the thing, is when you come in, even though there are quite big spaces and there are huge expanses of glass, it feels quite cocooning. And I think that is the mixture of the materials, and even, you know, down to the walls. They're not painted, they've got very sort of textured, almost fabric-like wallpapers on, and I think that just helps to build this feeling of you just want to be comfortable, you know, stylish but comfortable. I discovered Corston in a different renovation. So we were renovating a holiday cottage, and I just wanted absolutely everything in this space to really make people feel when they stayed there that every single detail had been thought of, because I think it's the small things that you touch a lot and you use a lot. If you've got really amazing quality in those, you know, light fittings, door handles, light switches, plug sockets, the way that your tiling's been finished and edged, you know, just really small things, details on your cabinetry. I think that they just really elevate the design of a space, and you just get this sense of quality from its visual quality, but then you're touching things as well. I think that's really important. So when I discovered Corston for the cottage, it was just the perfect fit, because, you know, I was really going all out to research everything from the flooring to the work surface to the types of paint that I was using, and working really closely with the builder. And I just wanted everything to be of the finest quality, but also really beautifully designed, so that when you do look at a slice of wall that's got a wall light and a chair and a cushion, that light switch sings out as a design feature as much as everything else in the frame that you're looking at. So all of the Corston products that I've chosen have been the bronze. I just think it's so classic and it fits every single type of interior. I love the fact that it's basically almost black, but it's not black. It's just got this beautiful, it's just like so touchable, you know, the finish on it. So I think that it can look really classic, but in certain lights you really see the metallic, you know, element of it, and it looks completely different. So in the cottage I used the toggle switches because it's like the oldest cottage in the village. It's all done very sort of sympathetically to that sort of country cottage vibe, and the toggle switches look amazing. But obviously in this house, you know, it's very clean lines, it's mid-century modern, and I remember speaking to Corston and saying ages ago, oh, it's such a shame that there isn't a lovely chunky modern switch. And then, as though somebody above had been listening to me, they've launched one. So in this house we have used bronze again, and it's the new rocker switches, which are amazing because not only are they a sort of standard rocker switch, they're oversized, which I love because I've not seen that anywhere else. It's such an amazing design feature. It feels really, I want to say retro, but it's not, it's almost futuristic. And I just think that's the kind of thing that they think about. So it's not, let's just make a rocker switch. It's how can we make a rocker switch that really captures your attention and looks different. Details are almost the most important thing to me. When we were choosing our glazing, one of the first things that I looked at was, you know, what were the handles like? What's the look like on them? And it's just those things that my eye seems to be drawn to. So I like every single thing to be something you want to look at, not something that you want to hide away, you know? It's so important that they're timeless and not trend-led, because I'm just not really into trends, full stop. I have to be honest with you. I think the best interiors that you see are when people just have things that they treasure and that they love. And I think you don't, I mean, when it comes to clothes, fine, you know, change them up. You can add a belt or you can add different shoes and bring things back into trend. But I'm not sure you can really do that with houses. I think that houses have to essentially be you and what you love. And I think that with details, things like light switches and light fittings, you only want to ever have to buy those once. For me, the finish on things is so much more important, you know, and I want that to be something that someone comes in and thinks, I don't need to change that and I never want to change that, because it's a thing of beauty, you know. This is where I disagree with my husband, because he doesn't seem to have such a keen eye for wanting things to, I don't think it's even matching. I think it's about having harmony with your materials. And so, you know, I wanted, and actually he did as well, because he'll tell me off for saying that, but we wanted the same type of wood and the same depth and tone of wood running throughout the house. And so it's the same with the fittings as well. You know, we've got the bronze light switches and plug sockets, and I like the fact that you see that little detail running throughout the whole house. So yeah, really important to me. I like there to be a kind of palette that, you know, you can stick to, and you can change things. You can change the wallpaper, the flooring can be different, furniture can, you know, be all over the place. But when you've got those things that tie it all together, I think it makes it a lot more cohesive. It's more of a relaxing environment, I think. Okay, so I did say I would never do this again, and it's true, we're never going to move from this house. I'm going to say it on camera, but I have seen what might be my next holiday cottage project. I'm going to say it for definite, but that's what I would like to do again, I think, is, I like that. I like creating something that someone else is going to enjoy. Yeah, so there's only so much you can do to your own house, and we're pretty much finished. I have to find something else. I might have to start doing my mum's or my sister's, or